Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Doing It Online podcast. I'm your host, Kate Gibbon from Hello Funnels. Today, we are here to help you wrap up the year. Yes, there's only a few days left in the year, which is bananas. And I know for a lot of people, this has been a year of a lot of ups and downs. And I think regardless of whether you've had the best year ever, a sort of a somewhere in the middle, or just a completely catastrophic year, I think it is really important to spend a little bit of time sitting down and just tying things up with a bow for the year. So over the years, I've experimented with a few different ways of doing this. And I've now got a really simple little ritual that I like to do at the end of the year. So basically it's like shutting the door going, this year is done. This is great. And now I'm ready to bring it for the next year. And, of course, hopefully there's a little bit of downtime, a couple of cocktails, maybe a holiday in between to get you, rejuvenated and revived. And then you can dive into the new year, start planning out the new year with that fresh energy. So that's another little caveat is that I know some people have already done their planning for next year, and that's great. And I kind of do rough planning for next year. But I like to do my planning for the new year, actually in the new year with that new year energy, like after some rest, after some distance. Because normally I find when I do jump back in January and we get back into the office, that I look at everything, I'm like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. Everything's completely changed. We'll have some planning episodes coming up in Jan for you, for those of you who do love to do their planning with that new year energy as well. So let's dive into today's topic. As I said, today is about the rituals for tying up your year. It's something I recommend that you get into a different space. I would recommend sitting in a park, sitting in a cafe, pouring yourself a glass of wine, sitting in your favorite part of the house, whatever it is, get away from your desk, get out of your office, and then go through each of these things and just let it flow. There's no particular format that it has to be. There's no number that you have to do for each one. It's just let it all out, and you're going to feel so much better and so ready for the next year once you've done this. So let's start with what these prompts are. As I said, there's just 5 of them. So go grab a pen so you can write them down. So the very first thing that I want you to do, always kick off with, positive vibes, is to think about all your wins. And I want you to think about literally every single little win. Even it could be someone that you followed you back on Instagram. Amazing. Or you wrote this email that you were just really freaking proud of. Just all of them. Big ones too, obviously. Maybe you launched a new program. Maybe you got some great testimonials. Maybe some of your clients are really kicking ass. Just all of the wins. Once you think you're done, take a breath. Take a sip of your wine, see what else comes. Just really, this is just a love fest of all the stuff that went well. Because even if you had a crappy year, some stuff did go well. So let's not let that get forgotten. Next, we're going to look at lessons. So what were the things that you learned this year? And actually, the more failures you had, probably the more lessons that you learned. And again, these can be big and can be small. It could be hey, I figured out how to do this thing in ChatGPT this year. Amazing. That's a lesson. Or it could be I figured out how to have a tough conversation with a team member if I need to. I figured out, what my boundaries need to be with my clients. I figured out how to write a subject line that actually gets opened. Lessons can be big. They can be small. They can be sort of theoretical, bigger picture, or they can be really, really practical, doable things. These are all lessons. These are all new skills, new things that have upgraded you and therefore are going to upgrade your business going forward. So the next one is improvements. So I want you to think about all the things you are now better at, or that you improved in your business or up-leveled in your business. So maybe you did a site redesign. Amazing. Maybe you added a system to make it so much faster for you to do your content. Amazing. You went and did an online course and you learned a new skill or a new strategy. So, lessons and improvements, there might be a little double up here, but that's fine. Again, don't stress. If you want to put things on 2 lists, go for it. I said, no censorship. There's no wrong way of doing this. Next, now you've done all that, you should be feeling pretty, hopefully you should be feeling pretty good, is to now I want you to think about what were some areas that you want to improve. So you come to the end of the year and you're like, you know what? I'm just not amazing at this. I would really like to fix this. Or, this thing in my business or this system that we have, it's just not working. And I would like to improve that. Or maybe it's like, I would really like to get some team or support this year. So think about the things you're wanting to improve in the next 12 months or so. Write those all down. And then the final thing is, now you kind of looked at all of this. For this piece, I want you to think of this question as like, it's your first draft. This is almost like the basis of the things that you can then take forward into whatever type of New Year planning you do. But the final thing is, I want you to think of 3 goals for the new year. And they don't all have to be business goals, but big goals you're excited about, goals that if you sit back the same time next year and you reread over these things, which I recommend that you do, that you would be so stoked to have achieved. So, with goals, everyone likes to do them differently. I like goals that feel exciting but doable. Maybe if it's your first year in business, of course, you'd be like, oh, I want to make $3 million. It could be possible. It definitely is with some people's businesses. But, it's got to feel like something that you believe can happen, but something that is, a bit so much of a stretch that it's exciting. But again, no censorship here, and you can refine those goals, particularly the business-based ones, if they're sort of like anything about like numbers or sales or whatever, you can refine them through your planning process going forward. But just sit them down. Go just 3 things. 3 things that if you achieve them next year, could be bringing on an amazing team member. It could be, launching a new program. It could be having a launch over a certain number. It could be getting a certain number of new clients. Like there's so many things that you could set goals around. But what are 3 that are really, really meaningful to you? Write those down, take a deep breath, have a read over it, or even leave it for 24 hours and then read over it. And then just feel like, yep, okay, I'm done. Like it sort of almost has to be like this little decision inside. And then you can shut the laptop, close the notebook, put your out of office on. It's holiday time. Go away. Don't think about any of this stuff until the end of the holidays and then come back excited for the new year. So if you're going to do this, guys, snap a selfie or whatever and tag us and let us know you're doing your end of year ritual. We'd love, love, love to see it. And yeah, really looking forward to sharing more doable marketing goodness with you in the new year. So have an amazing holiday season, everybody. Whatever you celebrate, I hope you get to spend time with your family. I hope you get some time off. Or for those of you hustling through the holidays, I hope you are hella productive and get a lot of stuff done. But either way, have an amazing end of year, guys, and I'll see you in 2024. Bye.